Hey there, it's Mike and Jama with Tuesday Talk, and we are excited to be here.
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
how was your weekend?
It was not too bad. I went and saw a movie.
What'd you see?
Got to sleep in. Jesus Resolution.
So good.
I know, really good.
Like, super good.
Yeah.
Like the whole theater clapped. It's awesome when the theater gets involved
Well, it was
too.
so packed that we had to wait to the next.
Oh, see, do you order online?
No.
I have the app, and I get my seats,
See, I don't
the whole
have
shebang. It's good.
What about your week? How was your week?
My week was good. I was busy. I had a couple closings, and which is really great. And got a first-time home buyer in their home, and that's always exciting.
Yes,
so
it's
yeah,
always good. Always
yeah.
good.
So it's been really busy and good.
Well, good. So what's going on? What's the 411
On the 3, 2, 1. All right. So let's just go ahead and talk about that. Is your business picking up a bit?
It is. It definitely has picked up a bit. I've got some more clients coming in. It's I work a lot with military, so we have some PCS folks coming in and the spring PCS season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So there is a season to that then?
There really is.
Okay. So for me, definitely the market's picking up. I had like the busiest January and February, like crazy going. So I know that national news kind of tells us a different story than kind of what's going on here in Brevard County. And so that's one of the things that we want to always share with you guys is what's actually going on here in our little micro economy of the bigger picture.
Right.
And so we have some stats that we just pulled up basically year over year. So compared February, we don't have March yet, so February to February of 2022. And on the news, you're hearing everything's going down, right? We're hearing that the closings are down. We're hearing foreclosures are up, all those kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
And
Panic.
Right? The sky is falling, Chicken Little, everything else. And I do believe that probably in some of the parts of the country that probably is happening. But right now, what we care about is what's going on right here.
Right here in Brevard.
And so closings are down about 16% here in Brevard County. And new listings are up about 33%, which is really great.
Yes.
Because I think what people don't realize is we're still in a super strong seller's market. Like big time seller's market. And so we have no inventory, still have very little inventory. And that can make a problem.
I know. So right now we have 1.6, 1 month, a little over a month and a half of inventory compared to last year, which was a month. So it's gone up 52%.
Woo! 52%. That you'd think we're flooded with homes.
Right, but it's 1 month. It's a little over a month of inventory. So
what that means is if we didn't get another listing, not another listing,
right,
in 1.6 months we would be completely out of anything to sell.
Right.
In the whole county.
And so what would you say, or I know you know this answer, what is the transition?
A neutral market,
yes, neutral.
Right, where it's neither a seller's market or a buyer's market. A neutral market is where you have 6 to 7 months worth of inventory. Let me repeat that. 6 to 7 months worth of inventory. So
and we're sitting at 1.6.
Right. And I think that there's been a lot of new, like the younger generation, a lot of new home buyers, new people coming in to the market during the COVID time period, right? Yeah. Where we had those super low interest rates. People were like, thinking this is normal. Those of us who have been around a little bit longer, do you remember what your first mortgage rate was?
It was 7 something.
Yeah, I think mine was 8.9.
Yeah.
And I think my parents was like 18%.
I know, my parents was at 15%.
Yeah, that's insane. So the 2s and the 3s was definitely not anything we've ever seen before, and I don't know that we will ever see that again.
Right.
But inventory, super low still, okay, 1.6.
It's keeping the prices higher, yeah.
It is. So the most important thing here is closings are down, listings are up, which is great because we're going to get more inventory, but are prices going up or down?
They're going up.
You mean, wait a minute, you mean the prices aren't crashing?
Not crashing.
Wait a minute, we're not having a crash?
I know, it's unbelievable, but
Are you sure? I feel like I've heard many times in the news, huge crash coming.
Right. And what's funny is that Florida has 9 areas that are the hottest markets in the whole U.S. right now.
In the whole United States, that's right.
It's great.
So it's really important to know what's going on in your own neck of the woods, as Albert Roker would say. Your own neck of the woods. The news is out there, but that's not everywhere.
Right.
And especially here.
Right.
So
we are growing.
We are super growing. So anyway, that's what's going on in the 4-2 321, 411, and the 321.
And one other thing I like to say, because on March 18th, there is a Spring Art and Craft Expo, and that'll be at Wickham Park. So if you want something, if you're looking for something to do this week, on the 18th, there's a spring...
Which is the day after St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, yes.
I will be at a concert in Tampa.
Nice.
Imagine Dragons.
Oh. I would have gone to see that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, my grandchildren received that as a gift from their parents.
Nice.
And then my husband somehow worked us into the plan too.
That's awesome.
So we're going to see that.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's where we'll be. But yeah, Wickham Park is a great place for festivals. It's an awesome venue if you're new to the area and you've never been there. And so that'll be a great fun event to go to on March 18th.
Awesome. So now we're going to move on.
Yeah.
To true or not true.
Which we kind of already talked a little bit about.
This one is, market's crashing. So after hearing us talk in the 411 and the 321, is it true or not true?
It's not true here.
Not
at all. So if you recently purchased a property in the last couple of years, you really should not fear anything. Their value is holding, and we are getting so many jobs added here with the tech and the space industry that
it's growing.
We have a huge number of buyers, and it always kind of boils down to supply and demand, really. Yes. I mean, the interest rates will keep the sort of like the accelerator or the decelerator, as far as how many are jumping in and how many are pulling out, but supply and demand, there's still a lot of buyers that need it.
Right.
In fact, I think I was looking at the rental units in the entire county. There's only 40.
That is insane.
40 rental units in the entire Brevard County. That was I think yesterday or the day before.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
It is. That's again supply and demand. So
you're going to have all these people now. We're going to have all these folks that are interested in buying, and they're going to ask the question, or maybe it's true or not true, that, hey, I'm going to find a house and then get pre-approved or pre-qualified. Do you think that's true or not true?
I think a lot of people think that way.
Yes.
I think a lot of people think that way.
Let me find a house first before I get pre-approved.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Not true, no. Because what happens whenever you don't get pre-approved and you find a house?
Well, if you go to find a house that you want, I'm telling you right now, multiple offers are coming back in certain price ranges. I have a buyer, first-time home buyer I'm working with right now. We put an offer in yesterday, 2 days ago, lost it. It had 3 or 4 offers on it. Boom. We didn't get the bid.
Yes.
I say get the bid. I don't know if that's a construction term. I don't know if that's anyway, but we didn't win it.
Yeah, same here.
They're coming back.
We looked at a townhome the other day with my buyer and lost it because they were getting their pre-approval.
Yep. And so let me ask you on the same note, let's just say you're a buyer and you've been thinking about it for a while, and you know at the end of the year, we're just started March. At the end of the year, you're going to want to buy a house, right? You think you'll have your savings up or whatever, and you're going to do it then. Should you talk to a lender now, or should you wait closer to when you are going to actually be ready to buy a house?
I feel you wait until a little bit later, because the interest rates, you just don't know what they are. They may go down, they may go up.
Let me throw another caveat in there. You're a first-time home buyer.
Oh. Well, I think I would work on it now then.
Right, because a lot of times people don't know what the lenders are looking at. What they're looking for, right?
Right.
It's not just a credit score.
Well, your credit score that you look at Experian, that's not the same credit score that they're looking for.
No, it's usually higher than what they get.
Yeah. So you're walking in there going, I got a 700.
And they're like,
no.
Yeah. So if let's just say you're 2 people buying, maybe husband and wife, whatever. Do they take the highest one or the lowest one, the lenders?
Well, it all depends.
Well, they take it in the middle. They take the lower one, right? They don't take just because if you're both going to be on the loan, they don't take the highest one. They go with it.
Go with the, I'm
right.
sorry. I didn't understand
that's all right. I'm throwing things at you. We didn't practice this. Yeah. So, but here's the thing too is there's other factors, right? Debt to income ratio.
Yeah.
Your job, employment, things like that, of course. And then do you need to have like 10 or 20% in cash to buy a home?
You do not.
Not at all. Not at all. There's so many different loan products and things with the mortgages that you can get that you don't need that much cash.
Right. And there's also, like with military hometown heroes type stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you can use. So.
Yep. So you definitely don't want to wait, especially if you're planning at the end of the year. Go ahead and do like a preliminary thing right now to see, get your ducks in a row.
Right.
See maybe what you need to be worked on, what you think might not be what the area that you need to be working on. and get that plan. Then you're ready. Then you won't be disappointed at the end of the year thinking, oh, now I have to do this, this, and this before I can get there.
Gotcha.
Yep. All right. So
moving on
to
questions I should ask myself. What question? Should I live in a homeowners association or not?
So let's talk about pros and cons.
Okay.
What do you like?
Well, okay, so, if you're in a homeowners association, you know that they're going to make sure your house is kept up. And, I got written up the other day for leaving my Christmas lights on.
I got it. You have your Christmas lights on?
Yes,
That's awesome. I love that. That should not be a write-up. That's just spreading joy all year long.
It's pure laziness. No, I got my teenager to get out there and get it on. And then, so
I got written up too.
Really? What did you get written up?
I got written up for mildew in my driveway.
Oh, okay.
I had to get my guy out there, and I knew it was happening.
Yeah.
But it's not just you that HOA. They're not picking on us. They're also doing our neighbors, right?
Right.
So the pros are everybody's yards are kind of kept up. You're not having, Sanford and Sons next door. Remember that show?
Oh,
I just dated us.
Yeah.
Or me.
I was right there with you.
But everybody's home is kind of kept in fairly good condition based on whatever the HOA is.
Right.
You also have to pay a fee every year or monthly or whatever.
That could be a con, depending on.
Could be a con.
Because there are some high HOA fees.
And but not having an HOA.
Well, and I would say the pro there, you don't have to ask permission to paint your house.
I can do what I want.
I know. I can, red, white, and blue my house. And,
that's right.
And it's okay. Or I can have my boat in there. Or
your camper or whatever. Yeah. And
there's definitely pros and cons. So, but you got to ask yourself that.
Yeah,
absolutely. Which one do you want?
Absolutely. So that's the thing that you might want to ask yourself as one of those must-haves or not-haves. And then the second one here, I'm a VA buyer. Can I purchase a second home?
You absolutely can purchase a second home. However, there are some caveats to that. So to be able to get a VA loan, it has to be your primary residence. And so, and you need to have lived in your house for at least a year.
Okay.
And then usually, and sometimes like with me, I'm VA, so I had a house. I retired from the military. I had a house. I bought a house to renovate, and then I sold my other house. And so there's several different.
So you bought the house. You lived in it for a year. Let's just say.
Lived in it, yeah.
And then you found another house that you liked.
Right.
You bought that one with a VA.
That one with the VA
because you'd already lived in a year for here.
Right. And so you can do that, and there's, if you're active duty, there's proximities that you need to be to the base or something, and there's a lot of rules, but ask your
realtor, because
that's going to help
what we know.
Yes,
we know those things.
So there are some caveats to that. So definitely ask us. So
for sure.
All right,
All right, and then finally we have our morning motivation.
Yes, leaving you with a morning motivation. What is yours?
All right, so I really like this one. I say it a lot, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Oh, yes.
Right? And so...
Love that.
You miss 100% if you take the shot, so...
Yep. So take a shot.
That's right.
All right, well, this is it. This was your...
Tuesday Talk with Mike and Jama.
With Mike and Jama.
Living in the 3-2-1.
Right. Because Mike forgets that every time.